Derek, guess
Ed,
what?
what?
I've got another song, man. I've been
Oh
working on
no!
this. I've been working on this really hard. Just tell me if you think it's good, if it's too much.
All right.
Come, they told us, pum 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 pum, bum bum bum. Workies is so much fun, ba bum. Yeah, no, don't quit the day job. What do you think?
Not bad. I'm glad to see you're so festive.
Well, I mean, I think you're looking festive there. I'm seeing. All right, we got little elf shirt, but where are the ears, man? Where are the ears?
They're close by.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, but not right now.
All right. I'm not going to submit you to that torture. I know it was painful getting as far as we did. But thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everyone that is joining us today, a week away from Christmas, all the holidays. We got Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, insert a million others, I'm sure. But I wanted to thank everybody for joining us. It's 1 p.m. I think on our invite, we had said this may be around, 45 minutes or so. We keep it really loose, though. We're going to be short. We're going to be sweet, and we're going to be to the point today. We just wanted to invite you all to come in so that we could, spread some holiday cheer and tell you a little bit more about Workiz. We're really excited with the direction that we're going as a company. Some amazing partnerships that we've forged this year in 2024 and moving into, the new year. SBE has been a phenomenal partner to Workiz. Derek, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name's Derek. I'm one of the coaches and trainers here at SBE, and we help residentials, plumbing, HVAC, electrical companies, their departments grow. Add in training processes, SOPs, financials, all that good stuff. Maybe Ed, maybe people have seen, how many webinars have we done?
Gosh, man, I think 7, 8. I don't know.
There's a whole library at this point. There's a whole library if people are seeing more on a particular topic. But that's what we do, is we help companies grow, make more money, have happy customers and happy employees.
Yeah, and I mean, in a nutshell, I mean, you're an amazing training organization. We've done some phenomenal training together. We visited distributors. We do them live online. We talk about if your prices are wrong, then guess what? Everything's wrong. How to get out there and sell more service maintenance agreements. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that today because that's a part of Workiz. But really, we just kind of want to paint a picture, show you what Workiz is all about. If you're new to Workiz, going back to that partnership conversation, though, not only is SBE a phenomenal partner, but, this year we had the joy and privilege to be a part of the Train and American Standard family. And we've invited a ton of Train and American Standard distributors to join us today. They've invited some of their dealers to join us today. So Train and American Standard was a big part of our year. And we're very proud to announce that in November, we were selected as an elite software vendor for part of the TCS, the Train TCS and American Standard Customer Care Program. So as a dealer with Train and American Standard, you can elect Workiz as a part of your elite benefits package.
Nice.
So without further ado, Derek, I'm gonna ask you to kick us off. I know you helped me. We put together a few slides. Definitely do not want to PowerPoint anyone to death today. That is not the way. That is not the Christmas spirit, right?
Right.
Okay.
I don't think Santa and the elves build too many PowerPoint slides, but
no, definitely not. So let's just kick off a little brief overview, some things that I hope you will walk away with today about Workiz. We have time and time again, a lot of different websites out there you can jump on. This comes from G2, is a comparison about Workiz versus, other platforms out there like Field Edge, House Call Pro, Service Titan, you name them. We're definitely seen as a leader in this space. We are the #1 field service management software for ease of use, ease of setup, and user adoption. And those are all things that I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Derrek, that's pretty important to an HVAC company, right? You want it to be easy.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest pain points for sure that we hear, that people have a software, but they know they're not using it right or how to use it, and so many questions around the software. So I love that about Workiz, that it's easy to use.
Yeah. And we're incredibly robust. I think one of the greatest compliments, everybody should be super excited. Service Titan just went public. I know we're excited about that. We want them to succeed, right? But they're an incredibly robust platform, a little complicated at times. We hear that feedback, a little bit expensive, but we provide a lot of the same robust features at an incredibly affordable price point. So that's another key takeaway. And then, we would like to think, and many of these online comparison platforms tell us that we are the top field service management software for small to medium size HVAC businesses. So that kind of leads me to my next point. Like, who is going to thrive best with Workiz? Workiz is really, best suited for companies of, say, anywhere between 3 to 35 technicians. Now, that is not to say that we don't have some companies out there that are much bigger. We work with a lot of franchise organizations that have, upwards of 100 or so technicians, but we like to, just identify our sweet spot. So that's definitely the 3 to 35 range. Who else is going to thrive with Workiz? Bottom line, somebody that doesn't yet have a CRM or field service management platform, we definitely want to talk to them, right? Because we can unleash operational excellence, pretty much change their life, because nobody should be out there working on pen and paper and Excel spreadsheets anymore. Another key segment that we definitely do not want to ignore, we want to talk to a dealer that is unhappy with their existing field service software. Maybe they're only utilizing, say, 10, 20%, heck, even half of what they're paying for. We might be a viable option for them. So if you're looking to level up or decrease costs, Workiz would definitely like to have a conversation with you. And then last but not least, we want to talk to somebody who's looking to grow, because we love growing with you. We try to differentiate ourselves as a software provider by, bringing in world-class partners like SBE and really teaching our dealers how to be more successful, how to be better business owners, giving them tools, but more importantly, teaching them how to use them so that they can grow, so that they can level up. Heck, to some of my distributor friends that are here today, you may be wondering, well, what about, some of my smaller dealers that are not yet elite in status? We definitely want to talk to them too, because again, we're trying to help them grow. What we will show you in our demo today is how Workiz has really set ourselves apart from a lot of other software platforms out there by providing a very complete business solution. So, we have an ecosystem that tries to deliver in one package every tool you could imagine that you would need as a successful HVAC, business owner in order to run your business without having to farm it out to a bunch of different software applications. Because, Derrek, how many times when you're out there coaching a business have you seen that someone has a separate platform for inventory management?
Yeah,
separate platform for payment processing, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that we work with a lot of companies, and so we by extension work with a lot of companies who are using a lot of different platforms. And just imagine the poor tech in the field who has to log into this and then log into this and then log into this and log into this. And we see that all the time, where there's issues happening just because they're not sure which system they're supposed to use for that things. And that's always impressed me about Workiz, that it's all built into the same platform. Just one from a cost cutting measure, and then just from a process measure. And when it's easy to sell, the techs will sell. When it's easy to sell, the salespeople will sell. And when it's complicated and different logins, that shows up in the close rate for these companies.
Definitely.
Too.
Yeah. I know we've talked about that a lot too. Why are you not selling more service maintenance agreements, right? Maybe because number one, you don't have software that'll help you do it, right? And so that creates a challenge. And then number two, you're not bought into it because maybe it's so gosh darn convoluted that you're like, that's the last thing I want to do, right?
Yep.
So again, one of the main themes to today's presentation is just keeping it easy, right? Another thing I like to talk about is, our world-class partnerships, which I've already alluded to, but a lot of the integrations that we build with major players in today's industry. You've got Intuit QuickBooks, Google Local Services. We're proud to, share with everyone that we are one of only a few different field service management platforms that has a direct calendar integration with GLS. And also your organic, Google My Business free listing. There's a calendar option there for Workiz too. And not every field service management software company has that, but we do. Search Kings, that's another trained American standard marketing agency partner, can help manage all of your pay-per-click. That's a partner of ours, but the list goes on and on. Love them or hate them. Angie's List, Home Advisor, we've got a direct integration there. Thumbtack, we're very close to having a full integration with JB Warranties, so you can start selling more warranties and processing that all through Workiz. But another thing that plays into the integration conversation is that Workiz is very, very open with our API infrastructure. So if you've got like a more tech savvy type of business owner, or he's got a couple of good, tech type people within his organization, sky is the limits where you can go with Workiz. And some of our competitors kind of shut those APIs down and they're not really open to helping you do things, but Workiz is. So I'm going to stop right there with the slides. And I did want to mention to everyone, we've got this cool little chat feature down in the lower right-hand corner. So don't be bashful. You can jump in there with the question. Next to that, there's also a question option. Looks like there's already a question. Richard was wondering, is there plans to incorporate into the automations a way to send technicians picture and before and after pictures? That is a very good question. Yes, we're definitely working on that. Love the feedback. You can do it in email today, but it's not available in text. And we're aware. We've got a really cool laundry list, or I guess I should say Christmas list. We've got a Christmas list of things that we're working on. So stay tuned. Exciting things coming in Q1 and Q2. But we're always making new integration plans and new developments into our software. So Derrek, lead us off, man. Where are we going to go today as far as sharing the software? I know you'd asked me that I could come in and share with everybody Workiz. So,
and one of the metaphors and the analogies that we like to talk about from the business owner perspective is that in the ideal scenario, they're running their business like a pilot flying an airplane. And if you think about that, the pilot is going to sit up front in the cockpit, doesn't need to, run to the back and fix the toilet, doesn't need to run to the back and look out the window to see if there's clearance. A pilot is able to just sit there because of the instrumentation that is built into that cockpit view. So that from one easy spot, they can see, are the flaps up? Are they down? What's the weather? What's the radar? Are we on a path or not? So I think any software starts with the ability of having an instrument panel, a dashboard. So could you give us an idea of, for the owner sitting there and they just want to look at their instrumentation so that they can fly this thing? What is it that they can see kind of all at once?
Absolutely. I love the analogy. So, I always used to like to call this, and I'm sharing my screen. You can see my screen, Derrek?
I can, yeah.
I assume if you can see it, everyone else can see it too. So this I always call mission control. It's your dashboard, but I guess as Derrek, you put it, it's my cockpit, right? Mm-hmm. So I've got a great, inside 10,000 or 30,000 foot view of what's going on with my business. Wow, I'm seeing a pretty big problem here for myself right now. I've got invoices
Yeah,
galore.
you should maybe pay some attention to that. Do something about that.
Maybe I could build an automation that sends, these commercial clients of mine reminders, because this is all coming from my net 30, 60, 90 day guys, right? I'm always collecting either cash or credit cards on the spot, but this is coming from my commercial and new construction division. And I could actually create automations inside of Workiz that the second that goes past due, we can start getting paid on that. But I can also see, upcoming jobs, estimates, sales, what's sold. Now, these widgets are all customizable, Derek. I can come in here and see, my top lead source has definitely been trade shows. I've been doing a lot of different HVAC estimates and installs. Now, it looks like I've been doing a lot of my job. 100% of my work has been from Newport Beach. Funny thing is, I'm based out of Texas, so I got a lot of operational inefficiencies.
Yeah, that is a funny thing.
57 grand sold today. I've got my top call flows, my tech scoreboard. Looks like Ian Ice has been doing pretty good for me. Cool, Caitlin. Ed Medor, not so good at being out there as a tech, but I am the number one dispatcher. I am the only dispatcher. So in any case, that's your dashboard. That's your cockpit. Now, to add on to what you were saying, though, Derek, what I love about this is that, I feel like I don't need a PhD to use the software. It's super intuitive. Everything on the left-hand side of my screen is pretty much going to get me to where I need to go. I want to look at my schedule. So let's click on schedule. I can see my schedule. Looks like we had an install today. Danny's out there doing an install. HVAC estimate. They sent me to go out and do some estimates today. Hey, I got an estimate at your house.
Hey, I'm on the board.
You're on the board. Look at that. We got some no heat calls. We got some scheduled maintenance. So I really like this timeline view. There's a lot of different views. We can look at it from a monthly view, a weekly view, a daily view. Everything is drag and drop. You can color customize things, and it's just super, super easy to use. We can click on the map. We can look at a map. We can see where all of my jobs are at. Now
that's a lot of drive time. I think we might need to work
a lot of drive time. I know
issues there.
And I got, the millions of dollars in outstanding invoices too. So.
You can use a coach there.
I could. I bet where I could find one too. And then, let's get into calls. Now, Derek, you're going to have to hold me back on this one because I could talk about calls all day long. One of the coolest things about Workiz is that we have this incredibly powerful phone communication system. It's online chat, it's text messaging, it's phone calls, right? It's all stored into the cloud. Heck, Derek, you've seen it before. Some people sign up for Workiz just to use our phone system. Yeah. And they're like, I'm not quite ready for all the dispatching and the inventory and price books. And I don't want to deal with that yet, but I do love your phone system. Okay. Well, what is the hottest topic in all of tech today? What is it that we can't stop talking about?
It's AI. If you're not doing AI, you're way behind.
AI, baby. And Workiz is leading the pack on AI. So we have embraced AI in a big, big way. In fact, as of last Friday, I knew that we were the only field service management software platform, as far as the big boys are concerned, that actually had this live. Now, I could be wrong because things change very fast. But as far as I know, we're the only ones that have it live, okay? AI answering, AI dispatching. And it looks like my customer, Derek, you called us, huh?
I talked to your AI. I did.
I didn't talk to you. What was I doing?
Who knows? But your AI did answer the phone when I called.
And I would love to play that for everyone.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's pull that up, and we can see here. We've got the call. We've got a summary of the call because not only are we doing the AI on here, but we're also doing like transcription analysis. We can send you out little messages on keywords that we picked up on. I think it actually showed on here for insights. This call's sentiment is positive. So we were able to pick up on that. But we want an HVAC contractor to know, a business owner needs to know if maybe the dispatcher is missing out on key opportunities. Perhaps you should be mentioning service maintenance agreements on every single call, and that didn't happen. Or, Derrek was really, really mad because I didn't have a time available for him. Like, we pick up on that. We can send you text messages, emails, let you know what's going on. But let's play this call, and everybody, we can follow along with the transcript, because you can see here the transcript has already been extracted, but I'm going to go ahead and hit play.
Good morning, Derrek. My name is Jessica. I am a virtual assistant for Edward's Heating and Cooling. How can I help you today?
Hi, Jessica. I'm having an issue with my furnace and my house is not heating.
I tried to speak like a regular customer would speak to see if
we can certainly help with that. Let's get you scheduled for a service. Would you like the earliest available slot, or is there a specific time that works best for you? The earliest available is Thursday at 9 a.m.
It'd be silly not to take the earliest time.
Do you have anything on a different day?
Yeah, no one's going to try to push off.
We have appointments available on Friday at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Would either of these times work for you?
Friday at 9 a.m. would work.
Couldn't have been that cold.
Yeah.
Just to confirm, we'll schedule your appointment for Friday at 9 a.m. for the no heat service. I have a couple of additional questions for our records. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, you Chiefs fans.
Hey, I live in Kansas City.
You're all the same.
Thanks for that. Also, did you know that Workiz is a part of both Trainee and American Standards Elite benefits for 2025? Oh. You might want to ask your distributor rep for more information about how you can save on your Workiz subscription.
How about that?
Very useful info.
Okay, I will do that.
Now, I don't think many, customers, homeowners are going to be buying a Workiz subscription.
Great. Hang on while I get this submitted.
But you see where I was going.
Your appointment has been booked successfully. What else can I assist you with today?
That is all. Thank you very much.
I'm a very pleasant customer.
You are. You're really, really nice, man.
Thank you for calling Edward's Heating and Cooling. Have a great morning. Goodbye.
That's awesome. And, I wanted to share with everyone too, in case you didn't notice, but she actually said, "Good morning, Derrek."
Yeah, she knew my name.
And the reason that she knew Derrek's name was because, our phone system's pretty powerful there. It's got the caller ID. We can look up Derrek. I went to clients, right? And I didn't spell your name right, but Derrek, there he is. He is a customer. Okay. And I can see, there's 2 jobs, and Derrek hasn't paid us anything yet, but you also don't owe us anything yet. And so it's all right there.
So
again,
theoretically, Edward, then she could even know, hi, Derrek, thank you for being a VIP customer here. She would know, like, I have a maintenance, or that she would know any info about me that people log in there in the notes about the customer.
You're a platinum comfort club type of guy, right?
Right.
If you're a member of the Platinum Comfort Club, you are ultra VIP, baby. And we do have a Platinum Comfort Club at Edwards Heating and Cooling.
And then if I were a new customer and, my name or number didn't match the database, she would then collect more info from me on that appointment of name, address, phone number, logistical info.
Absolutely. You see, I just added a tag there for you too. So you are VIP. Okay.
Yay.
But in any case, the calls, next level, man. I'm telling you right now, because how many times have you been coaching and you find out that you've got an HVAC dealer that, is paying for after hours answering service, which typically on average, you're going to be spending, say, $300 to $400 a month. just to have the service, and then sometimes upwards of like $3 a minute,
Mm-hmm. That was my
And
experience.
historically speaking, they don't always really book at the highest rate either, right?
No.
No. Or even worse, you're missing calls entirely, right? Like,
Yeah, or they're not an appointment booking service. They're a call message taking service where they collect the info and then say someone will get back to you later, versus having that ability to actually help me as the customer right there.
yeah, definitely. So we're not going to go into everything here today in the interest of time, right? But you've got leads. We do a great job, especially with some of our lead integration partners, be that a Google local service lead coming over, Facebook, Angie Home Advisor, maybe you've got your own category set up for trade shows. I do a lot of trade shows, but I can keep track of all of my leads in one place with the integration. Speed to lead is key. I can tell you this from personal experience. I was at Angie Home Advisor for almost 10 years, and I used to push most of the HVAC contractors I worked with to buying Service Titan. And the reason I did so was because I knew that we had a direct integration with Service Titan. So, you guys are very welcome. I sent you a bunch of customers back then. But in any case, it helps you convert leads at an unprecedented level. If you can have them in one place, eliminate the double data entry, be able to put that into a meaningful type of drip campaign so that you can reach out to it at a later time. You can send text messages to that person. If you have sent them an estimate ever in the history of mankind, you want to put another touch on them like 6 months later, 12 months later. I mean, sky is the limits as far as the things that you can do, especially with automations. Now, that's where I'm going to veer, and we're going to take a look at automations real quick, because I know you'd asked me to talk about this today, Derrek.
Yeah, and Edward, I kind of while you're going there, I have a question that kind of piggybacks from the chat, where a lot of the companies I work with, maybe they're not happy with their software, but I would say one of the top reasons that's maybe holding them back from considering finding a software that would be better is, well, we've been using it. We have a lot of info in there. We have customer names and contact info and work history, and we don't want to lose that. And Albert asks, is that stuff able to transfer into Workiz?
Oh, 100%, without question. I mean, if you couldn't get all of your customer information into our platform, this would be a moot point. I mean, everybody would just stay with who they were with, and nobody would ever look at alternative options. But we do have a team that will help you with that, especially 99% of the time. If you are already using QuickBooks, that's a simple synchronization. We can take all of that customer data over, but as far as job history, financial transactions, the whole 9 yards, yeah, we can get all of that integrated right back into Workiz. The only thing, and I'm always upfront about this, if you are trying to pull over photos, videos, a lot of things that are extras, that can be a little bit more challenging. I will not say that we can't do it. I'm just going to tell you that I don't care who you're with. This is a fact. Nobody wants to make that information easy to let go of. Why? Because they don't want to lose you as a customer. So the data is encrypted. It's kind of hard to extract it. But if they are willing to provide it to you, we can map it out and put it inside of Workiz. It's just that can be a little challenging.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now, there was another question, I think, too, Richard had asked about, as it pertained to AI. 95% of accurate information is known. It's never going to be 100%. But on his website, he asks it 3 or 4 questions a day, then correct. When wrong, it's great. I guess that wasn't a question.
Just more support of AI.
More of a support. Okay, great.
From what I understand, the AI Jessica, she learns, right? And she learns
definitely.
And constantly improves just with more interactions and the more customers she talks to.
I mean, it's machine-based learning, absolutely. And they get smarter. And, that's the part that's both exciting and terrifying, right? Because eventually one day, Derek, we're not going to have to jump online and do these anymore because there's going to be a virtual Edward and a virtual Derek, and they're just going to be talking to each other, right?
Right. That's right.
So let me just show you.
Yeah, back to automations. I love how easy this is to set up an automation.
It's ridiculous.
It shocked me the first time you showed me this. It shocked me with how easy it was.
Because that's the theme of Workiz. Easy. That's actually why we call ourselves Workiz. Workiz.
Easy.
Yeah. Even though people say work is easy. I don't care. Whatever. Call us anything you want. Just don't call us late for dinner or Christmas. When this happens, right? Ooh, let's build one for calls that are missed, okay? Because I haven't turned on AI answer.
You're not letting Jessica answer the phone, so you're missing calls.
Even if you don't have AI answering turned on yet, at least don't lose the opportunity to book a call, right? And as well as I know, Derek, if you call a service business and they don't answer the phone, you are probably going to jump on Google and call somebody else.
I just did the same thing recently. I had a plumbing emergency and I called until someone answered.
So when this happens, what happens? When a call is missed, do this. Do what? Send someone. We'll send.
I love that. I love how easy it is.
A reminder. What kind of a reminder? Let's do a text and an email. Now, Derek, I only have to write this one time, and then it's just going to run in the background as logic. This is my automation. Every time this happens, this will happen, right? So I can say, we are so terribly sorry for missing your call. We were busy spreading holiday cheer. Please visit us online at, and then over here on the right, we've got all these tags. Boom, I can throw in a booking link, okay? And that is going to take you to Edward's Heating and Cooling online booking platform. But that booking link also serves as a unique customer portal if you are an existing customer. So if you're an existing customer and you want to go online and look at all previous invoices, any estimates or proposals that we may have sent to you, you have access to that. You can pay your bill. You can schedule your service maintenance visits. I mean, it's powerful. I could create an automation for all of those outstanding invoices that I have. The second an invoice goes past due, I could send out emails and text messages asking people to pay me, right? So that could be a game changer for me. And I know this for a fact because I was visiting with a dealer. Heck, it might have been an SBE dealer of yours, Derek. And they were telling me that once a month they have, their office manager / dispatcher wearing a lot of hats in the office, right? And they've got to sit there and make calls all day long, trying to collect on outstanding invoices and also trying to get people to re-up for their service maintenance visit, right? And that's crazy because we can move on over to service plans. I won't spend a ton of time on this, but it's so gosh darn easy. Again, keeping with that theme of easy, service plans manager. Can you see that screen? Is that showing up for you?
Yeah, okay. Platinum comfort, gold comfort, silver.
Yep. Platinum, gold, silver. We can see on the platinum here, here's everything that's included. We've got 24-hour priority emergency service calls. That only has a $45 diagnostic fee when I usually charge $99. The service plan is good for 1 year. And notice this. This is one of my favorite things. Renews automatically. Oh, man, I don't have to call them and ask them to renew again. Like, they're already set up for renewal. You can control like what job types are included for a service maintenance plan, how many visits are included. Let's say, they're going to pay me up front for the entire year. Let's give them a 10% discount. Build that in right there. Quarterly, they're getting 5%. If they pay me monthly, there's no discount, right? And then I can choose like what line items might be applicable for a discount with the service plan, but easy peasy. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better way.
That's
right?
that's powerful.
And then, as we go back, when I was showing you the automations, we can come over and look, for the online booking and customer portal. I did want to share with you guys what that might look like, because I've seen this a lot too, Derek, where, you sit down, you look at someone's website and they don't yet have a way to have their customers buy from them online. I mean, if you set up a marketplace for anything, even if it's just booking a service call, right? You are likely to get, especially from some of the younger millennials and the Gen Z generation too. Heck, nobody wants to talk on the phone anymore. They just don't, right? So it's like they would rather text, they would rather do things online. Workiz is going to give that to you. And by the way, Derek, you've mentioned this to me before. We don't a la carte you to death. We're giving it to you as a part of our ultimate plan. So a lot of my competitors love to do this whole nickel and dime thing. Like, it's going to be extra for this. It's going to be extra for that.
Right.
We really only have like 2 flavors of our software, like you've got your standard plan, you've got your ultimate plan. Now, I think we might have rolled out one other one just as a test, but for the most part, everyone that has an HVAC business goes with our ultimate plan. Our ultimate plan includes everything you need, and it's, it makes most sense. And at the price point, I didn't want to get like super salesy today, but it is not expensive. $79 a month per user, right? Yeah, 79. There's other gigantic, gargantuan, Titan-like companies out there that charge like a minimum of like $250 per user. And then it starts being like, oh, well, if you want to add marketing plan stuff, then it's going to be extra. And if you want to do this dispatching professional service, it's going to be extra, and blah, blah, blah.
Books, all that.
It just goes on and on. And that's not the way that we do things at Workiz. But like here's online booking. I haven't made this look really exquisite because it's a demo account, but we can come in here. Let's say we want to schedule a repair. Derek, there's your no heat call, right? And I am also showing your customer there that like, hey, I'm not coming out to do this out of the goodness of my heart. You got to pay me a $99 diagnostic fee, right?
Yeah.
By the way, we could have told Jessica that too. I just haven't programmed her to say that yet. So $99 diagnostic fee, we'll come out there and repair. Maybe you've got a JB warranty claim you need to put in. You can set up everything right there on your Workiz online booking. Cool.
Yeah, no, I love that. Speaking of pricing and setting prices, could we hop over to the price book and kind of see how that?
Definitely.
Look, that is, I know for a lot of companies, that is a high priority, is that they get a clean, usable, accurate price book so that everyone's on the same page and that they can better control their prices. If at minimum, if there's 3-4% inflation for a quarter, can we just go in there and up the prices 3 to 4% to at least track with inflation?
Totally, 100%. So I again, spirit of keeping things easy. I needed to get into my price book. What did I do? I went over here and I clicked on price book. So forgive me, my price book does not look pretty. It's not super pretty, okay? But you can set up different item groupings and categories and have everything look really, crisp and clean. And I think I've just got things kind of tossed around in here, but I can look at every item and product, and let's just say, for example, I want to select all. I'm going to select them all. And to your point there, Derek, there's been a distributor increase, right? Ferguson called me, Shearer Supply, they're calling me and they're like, Ed, we have to charge you more. There's been a supply chain hiccup. Oh my God, right? It could have been a nightmare in the past that I'd have to go in there line item by line item and update all of my prices, but I can do this in just one big swoop. Price is going to go up by 10%. I'll save that, change the price. The price of 10 items will be an increase by 10%. Yes, I can change that. And there's a way that you can go in there and do it to the entire group or to like specific items. I'm just giving you a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
So Super awesome. I'd like to actually show you though what that looks like. Like if we're on a pretend job. I love doing make believe with you, Derek. So let's look for your job because I think you're in the system here for this. Oh, let's go look at your no heat call in 3 days. Okay.
Yeah.
I show up at your door. I'm like, Derek, I've got good news for you. I'm here, but unfortunately I can't fix your system. It is hosed, my friend. We got to get you a new one. Okay. Now I could come into my price book and I could build out an estimate for you. I could just go, okay, yep. What do I want in here? I've got my Train XV17. I'll add that to the job.
And Ed, I just want to add, right now we're doing this on the desktop, but the person in my house would have a nice app interface.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Android, iPhone, whatever your poison is, I love a lot of our customers, Workiz customers, give their techs, tablets in the field.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super cool because then you have like a proposal tool where you can show them, especially, which I'm getting to in a second, if I were to present you with a good, better, best type of option, sales proposal, right? But I'm just building this out from my price book, okay? Mm-hmm. And notice it's even pulling it from my main location because I happen to have 12 of those in inventory. And because I'm a manager, I can even see my margins here. I can see that my cost on that is $5,200. I'm selling for $9,500. I have 45% margin. Okay. So that's one way. That's one way of using Pricebook. I could add some other stuff on there. Like, I don't know, maybe we want to throw on.
Got some like IAQ products for
a
me.
Nest thermostat, like I can do that too.
What about my warranty?
Your warranty, we can put the JB warranty on there. We can do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's, let's face it, Derek, especially with all the companies you've trained, not many of them are going to want to sit there and create like estimates one by one. This is the way that we used to do it. But even worse, we used to do it on pen and paper, right?
Right.
And then we'd forget about it. And you'd have a comfort advisor that's on to his next call and like
burning through leads.
Yep. Burning through leads, on to the next, right? Come on. That's ridiculous. Let's use automations to make ourselves more efficient. Let's get the proposal in front of Derek today. So I'm going to show everybody here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to estimates, and then I'm going to go to load proposal template, and let's go to the American Standard heat pump proposal, and we will click continue. Now it has built out for me a silver, gold, and platinum offering. Okay. Now I'm going to send all of those to Derek via SMS. And what you guys can see on my screen too. Can you see my messaging center here, Derek?
I can.
Okay. So it actually shows, hey, Derek, thanks for taking the time to chat with us today. Here's the different options. And you just got it on your phone, right? Now, when you view that document, I'm going to pull it up for everyone else so that they can see it here on my screen. This is what Derek just got. He got the silver, gold, and platinum. Okay. But Derek, you just clicked on one of those. I think I heard the little beep beep on my screen, right? So if I show Workiz again, yeah, look, Derek just viewed the estimate. And I know this because Big Brother is watching, right? So Derek can go in there. Now he could actually accept one of those if you want to accept one, Derek.
Yeah, just sign and submit.
Derek just signed the estimate. Because what likely would have happened there is I would have pulled out my tablet. I would have shown Derek. I would have talked to him the different options. Maybe the platinum had a warranty in it, had some IAQ, cool thermostats and everything. I'm like, this is the Cadillac, man. This is the one you need, right? But Derek says to me, I got to talk to the wife. Oh, man, I just got wifed. Okay, that's great. So take your time. I'll follow up with you when, I don't know, 24 hours, 48 hours. How much time do you need, Derek? But the bottom line is I might have forgotten. Without, a solid automation behind me, which Workiz can do, Workiz will absolutely build out automations, 48 hours after a proposal has been sent. If no response, Hi, it's Edward's Heating and Cooling again, just reminding you that you have not yet made a decision here. Here were the options that we presented to you. Even better, I remember one time you and I were talking, Derrek, and we saw come in through the message center, so-and-so just viewed it, right?
Right.
That's a great time for you guys to pick up the phone, have a dealer pick up the phone and say, hey, Derrek, it's Ed from Edward's Heating and Cooling. I was just following up with you on that sales proposal that I sent over to you. And then, Derrek, you would probably say, oh, my God, I was just looking at that.
Ed, I was just looking at it.
Really? You were? I mean, come on, that's using technology to your advantage, right? So, I mean, there's a ton of stuff that we could show you guys today, but I hope that this has been just enough. Derrek, I love that you brought up one of the questions that we got, because that was something that we wanted to talk about today, was like, we can make this easy for you. The biggest reason, Derrek, why do people never want to make a change when it comes to implementing new field service software? Why?
Yeah, it's going to be painful.
It's going to be painful. And, that addressed, was it Albert?
Yeah,
Albert asking the question, we want to make that easy for you. Look, if we can't do it, we are going to be transparent with you. And we're going to tell you, we can't bring all your stuff over. We're not going to let you switch, right? The bottom line is it doesn't have to be difficult. We have a conversation. Every Workiz customer gets their own dedicated customer success manager so that you can familiarize yourself with a name, a face, somebody who cares about your journey and wants to help you grow and make sure that you're going to be successful with Workiz. We've got amazing support available through the phone, through chat. I am an additional resource to you, always out in the field, especially if you're coming from one of our distributor partners. You always have me as an advocate. We just want to help your customers succeed. The bottom line is field service software should not be hard, okay? Gone are the days that you need a PhD. Gone are the days that you have to be forced to not embrace technology because you're not going to be able to send your kids to school because it's just so gosh darn expensive, right? Workiz can help you make money. Derrek, give us a couple of ROI examples. I know you're king at this. I love the fact that you can just string together what this all means.
I mean, there's a few routes that we could go. If someone has previous customers, hopefully all companies on here have previous customers, you can do some math there on, a good automated outbound campaign, running the automations of, if it's set up, let's say you have 1,000 previous customers and 10% of them respond to it. And then, you have a good process to go and run those calls. When we do the math, there could be hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting in that previous customer database that if we just had a way to reactivate them and get those appointments booked, that you could go out there and realize. I mean, that's one. Another one is just getting your pricing accurate and up to where it should be, getting your flat rate pricing set so there's not like roller coaster of how we're coming up with the pricing on the day and the time. There's so much money there. Just not missing phone calls, trying to include raise our appointment close rate to 80%. Again, is just money. That all of these are low hanging fruit. The most HVAC plumbing electrical companies are leaving out there and not capturing. And so all these things I just see as only adding money.
I mean, the reality is, like, we had in beta testing of AI answering, we had a HVAC dealer who said, well, I know that on any given day, I'm missing X number of calls. Let's see what Jessica can do for us. And like in the first month of running Jessica, only for the calls they were missing at night, they booked almost $8,000 in service jobs, right? And I mean, that was pennies on the dollar for them to turn that on, right? Of course, it was beta. We gave it to them for free, but you get my point, right? I mean, The reality is, look, it's making you money, okay? If you're a smaller dealer and you're thinking, I can't afford this, right? Workiz gives you 5 users. So maybe you only have 3 guys in the company today, but you can grow. We're always going to give you 5 users with our starting package. And so you've got room to grow, but those 5 users only cost you $400 for the month, right? Now, if you could sell one more job, because Workiz built an automation that reminded somebody sooner than you got around to calling them back and asking them, Derrek, have you made a decision yet? Come Come on. You just paid for this. How many times over, right? Like if you could start having your employees spend time doing things that are actually going to be making you more money instead of having to do all of this like admin stuff, it is a game changer. Okay. So the operational efficiencies that you can uncover, taking yourself to that next level. No, Derrek, one of the favorite things you have ever said, and I'll never forget it, is you have got to, as a business owner, stop treating your company like it's a job and start treating it like it's a business. If you're just going to be reactive to everything, like you're still looking at your business as a job.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different viewpoint. Again, you want to be the pilot up in the cockpit, all your instruments and automations there. And that's how the plane safely gets to where it's supposed to go is through that. Ed, we've been going for like 50 minutes. We need to wrap this up.
We do. We need to wrap it up.
What's the action that people should take next? How do they get more info and how do they start using Workiz?
Action to take next is sit back, folks. We're sending out a recording of this for anybody that you'd like to share today's presentation with. You'll be getting a recording within the next couple of days. I will be sending out an email today with all of my contact information, Derrek's contact information, because we have you here. We have your contact info. I'll be following up. I believe there was a question from Holly Steen who said, when our customer care dealer is considering which FSM to pick, is there a demo or a one-pager? Yes, I'm going to send you all of that information. But we would love the opportunity to get in front of, whether you are a distributor who might be making a recommendation on behalf of Workiz. We'd love to get in front of one of your dealers and show them what we have to offer. Or if you're joining us today as a contractor who is considering software, we will definitely be reaching out to you. We'd love to demo the software. But I wanted to thank you all again very much for giving us your time today. I'll answer one last question. Once a dealer selects Workiz as their FSM, how soon do they get an activation email? I'm not sure if I understand that question. If they select Workiz as their FSM, signing up with us, like right away, signing up through us, or is this electing the dealer benefit? Oh, as a customer care dealer, I will follow up with you on that because I'm not sure. So there, I'm not afraid to say I don't know. But nevertheless, thank you very much for joining us today. Any questions or comments, please follow up with us. I wish you all a very happy and safe holidays. And thanks so much for giving us some of your time. And Derrek, can you please put the ears on real quick, just for 1 second? Dude, I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, everyone.